The stock market is moving on-chain. Everywhere you look, real-world assets, or RWAs, are being tokenized and turned into 24/7 assets that can be traded using crypto rails, be that treasuries, commodities, private credit, real estate, or whatever else. But of all the RWAs out there, the most practical thing to tokenize by far is stocks. And it's the stock market's biggest shift in 30 years since it moved to electronic trading in the 1990s. But why is this such a big deal? Well, tokenized stocks have several advantages over their traditional counterparts, mainly that they improve access and efficiency. Traditionally, stocks could only be traded during exchange hours, with the market only open for a limited window throughout the day and being closed on weekends and holidays. Tokenized stocks, however, sit on the blockchain, and the blockchain runs continuously, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. For investors living in different time zones, this makes the market far more flexible. And it also means they're more transparent than traditional stocks because supply, holders, and transfers can all be tracked on a blockchain explorer. Meanwhile, another benefit is with settlement times. With traditional stocks, it can take a few days for legal ownership to be settled after a trade is executed. Tokenized stocks, though, can settle near instantly on-chain as soon as a transaction is confirmed, with everything handled automatically with smart contracts. Not only that, but you'll usually pay lower fees with tokenized stocks too. Legacy stock market infrastructure involves multiple intermediaries, each one adding operational costs. On-chain tokenized trading removes all this by automating settlement through smart contracts. Tokenized stocks also enable fractional ownership, where investors can buy smaller chunks of higher-priced stocks, thereby lowering the barrier to entry. But it doesn't stop there. On top of that, investors can use DeFi platforms to post stock tokens as collateral in lending protocols, trade them on DEXs, or use them in on-chain yield strategies. So, as you can see then, stock tokens are a pretty big deal, but where can you actually trade them? Well, one of the best platforms for tokenized stocks is Bitget. If you watched our video about accessing the whole of crypto and TradFi under one account, you'll know that Bitget has created the world's largest universal exchange, or UEX, giving you access to crypto and TradFi under one account. When it comes to TradFi products, the UEX has three main pillars: CFDs, that is, contracts for difference, stock perps, and stock tokens. Now, CFDs allow you to make bets on the difference in an asset's price from the moment you open a position to when you close it. Stock perps are a type of derivative that lets you trade the price of a stock with leverage without actually owning that stock, while stock tokens are closer to trading the underlying stock itself. And, by the way, you can learn more about the UEX and the range of TradFi products it has in our dedicated video right over here. Now, June was a pretty big month for Bitget, especially when it comes to the products that it has on offer on its universal exchange. That's when Bitget unveiled its Stock 2.0 model, which takes tokenized stocks to a whole new level. The Stock 2.0 ecosystem has two headline products, Stock Plus and rTokens. But what exactly are these products and how do they work? Well, let's start with Stock Plus. This product works a little differently to other tokenized stock models because it allows you to invest directly into a company's stock using the funds you have in your UEX account. Just fund your account like you normally would with any crypto account, convert those assets into USDC, and you're ready to go. And yes, you did hear that correctly. You're investing in that stock directly, not just a synthetic version or a derivative. In other words, the Stock Plus model gives you something that's hard to find in the tokenized RWA space, and that is true ownership of the underlying shares themselves. This means you're eligible for cash dividends and stock split adjustments. So, if you own 2 shares priced at $600 each, and the company performs a 3-for-1 split, your holdings become 6 shares priced at $200 each. Bitget handles everything automatically while your positions stay the same, which is very convenient. What's even more convenient, though, is that Stock Plus also allows you to transfer stocks from participating brokers onto Bitget, allowing you to consolidate all your equity holdings into one unified platform. Now, the other headline product under the Stocks 2.0 model is rTokens, which are tokenized US stocks issued by the Reality Protocol. More on that later. Now, where Stock Plus gives investors direct access to stocks, rTokens gives users a way to gain exposure to more than 500 stocks and ETFs by using USDT, meaning you can trade equities without ever having to leave Bitget's crypto platform. Unlike Stock Plus, rTokens don't provide direct ownership to the underlying assets they represent. Instead, they essentially track the price performance of that stock or ETF. What rTokens do offer, though, is compatibility with crypto's DeFi use cases. So, you could buy NVDA tokens to get tokenized exposure to Nvidia stock, and then use those rTokens in borrowing and lending protocols, futures, grid trading, and yield farming strategies. This opens the door to some serious money-making opportunities that you simply can't find with the traditional stock market. Even though rTokens don't provide true ownership of the underlying stock, however, you'll still be able to receive dividend payouts. And because each rToken is fully backed one-to-one with real shares, those stock split functionalities I mentioned earlier apply here too. And what's really great is that you can do all of this in Bitget's UEX. You don't need to juggle your crypto account and a separate brokerage account to implement whatever trading strategy springs to mind. Just one account that can handle everything. Now, with all this talk of Bitget's Stock 2.0 model, you're probably wondering why a second version was even necessary. After all, tokenized stocks haven't been around that long, with the first implementation being rolled out in late 2020. Well, even though they're a fairly recent development, there are a few areas where stock tokens fall short. Beforehand, tokenized stocks offered no true shareholder rights. Most retail tokenized stocks are synthetic or custodial wrappers. This means the token tracks the price of a share, but true ownership stays with the custodian, not the token holder. There's also regulatory and legal uncertainty with many stock tokens. Basically, they sit in a grey area across certain jurisdictions where securities laws and investor protections aren't applied very consistently. The biggest problem with tokenized stocks, though, is that they have surprisingly low liquidity. Even though tokenized stocks have presented one of the biggest market opportunities in recent years, many suffer with thin secondary markets and concentrated ownership. This often creates wide spreads where trades are harder to execute and are often executed at a different price to what you'd expect. And because tokenized stocks have historically relied on cross-chain bridges, gas fees, and multiple wallets, they've added extra layers of friction, complexity, and cost. So, this has all made it much harder for tokenized stocks to gain the traction they need, especially when none of those issues exist with a traditional brokerage account. With the Stock 2.0 model, though, Bitget aims to make three major improvements around liquidity, transparency, and capital efficiency. That's because Stock 2.0 is designed to integrate with real equity market liquidity through global platforms. So this means deeper order books with tighter spreads, faster trade execution, and an easier experience all round. And because the UEX allows you to handle everything in one place, there's no additional complexity and no added costs to worry about for juggling multiple platforms at once. But I hear you ask, just how easy is it to trade tokenized stocks on Bitget? Well, why don't I show you? Let's head on over to Bitget, navigate to the Stocks 2.0 page, and we'll leave a link in the description for your convenience. Once you're there, hit that all-enticing Trade Now button. Then search for the stock you're interested in. We're using Nvidia for this example. You'll notice the ticker is rNVDA because we're trading one of Bitget's rTokens. What really stands out, though, is that the layout is exactly what you'd expect when trading crypto. That means you can trade in exactly the same way too, using USDT to place limit and market orders. Just enter the amount you want to buy, click that green buy button, and your rTokens will appear in your account. See? Told you it was easy. So then, now that you understand what rTokens are and how to trade them, let's look at how they're actually backed. Well, right before Bitget first announced its Stock 2.0 model, the first thing it did was launch the Reality protocol. Now, Reality is the platform that issues Bitget's tokenized RWAs, including rTokens. And it was designed to give tokenized equities the infrastructure they need to see the adoption they deserve. Bitget CEO Gracie Chen predicts that around 10% of all financial assets will be tokenized by 2030, and yet participation has been low due to a range of factors: geographic location, limited trading hours, platform fragmentation, and constraints around settlement times. Reality was purpose-built to connect TradFi markets with blockchain infrastructure, making the tokenized stock market more accessible. It works alongside other major exchanges, including Nasdaq and the New York Stock Exchange. Each rToken issued by Reality is backed one-to-one by real shares. Bitget also uses third-party auditors to provide proof of reserves in real time. Those shares are held with Alpaca, a licensed US broker founded in 2015 that provides self-clearing brokerage infrastructure for stocks and ETFs. Alpaca is registered with the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, or FINRA, and protected by the Securities Investor Protection Corporation, or SIPC. Notably, that SIPC protection also keeps your assets safeguarded by giving your account coverage of up to $500,000. And what's great is that Bitget gives you a commission-free way to trade rTokens, which means you can get exposure to Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, and Microsoft stocks without paying anything in trading fees. Bitget also doesn't charge any management or custodian fees, which keeps the cost of trading rTokens incredibly low. Holding rTokens allows you to receive dividends, which are settled automatically in USDT. And this means there's no need to claim those dividend payouts manually. They simply appear in your account. Pretty sweet, right? That said, we should remind you that rTokens don't give you true ownership of the underlying assets, meaning you won't get any voting rights. So, by this point then, you understand what rTokens are and why they're such a game changer. It's no surprise then that rTokens surpassed $100 million in assets under management within the first month of going live. That's some seriously impressive traction right off the bat. But if you thought that rTokens are basically just stock trading on crypto rails, well, you're only half right. Not only do rTokens give you exposure to the price performance of the stocks or ETFs they represent, but you can also use them across Bitget's broader ecosystem. On the 17th of July, Bitget announced the industry's first ever Cross-Asset Unified Account, or UTA. This announcement brings more than 370 tokenized assets, including around 100 eligible rTokens, into a single margin pool, opening up all kinds of opportunities that you probably didn't even think about. Essentially, unified accounts treat RWAs the same way as they treat crypto assets. This means that eligible rTokens can be used as margin for futures and margin trading strategies, or as collateral for borrowing things like stablecoins. But it doesn't stop there. Unified accounts also mean that rTokens can be used in copy trading strategies. So if you're a passive investor or someone who isn't too confident in actively trading, you can simply copy other traders who are more experienced in trading equities. That way, every time they make a trade, you make the same trade automatically. Then, whenever the pros make money, so do you. And if automated investing is your thing, then good news. You can even use Bitget's trading bots to execute trades automatically, allowing you to implement trading strategies without lifting a finger. And there are two tools that Bitget's trading bots can help you out with here: Auto Invest and Smart Portfolios. As the name suggests, Auto Invest allows you to invest in assets automatically at regular intervals, including rTokens. You can set this up on a schedule that suits you. So, if you want to buy $50 worth of shares in Strategy's RMSTR token every Sunday at 3 a.m., well, there's nothing stopping you. The point is, this Auto Invest feature allows you to create your automated strategies, with the obvious standout being dollar cost averaging, or DCA. Smart portfolios, on the other hand, allow you to automatically copy a range of recommended portfolios. These include portfolios based on the Mag 10, Serenity's holdings, and even Trump and Elon Musk themed portfolios. It's pretty straightforward. You just click the portfolio you want to copy, enter the amount you want to invest, and you'll automatically buy the rTokens in that portfolio. Alright then, so now that you know all about Bitget's Stock 2.0 model, you might be wondering which product is right for you. Well, the answer really depends on what type of investor you are. If you're looking for a more traditional stock trading experience, Stock Plus gives you that without leaving the crypto platform. You'll get direct ownership to over 10,000 assets with automatic dividend payments in USDT. But if you want a more crypto-native experience, then rTokens are the way to go. You'll get exposure to more than 500 stocks and ETFs and can leverage them across Bitget's wider ecosystem. This means you can use these rTokens in futures, lending, copy trading, grid trading, and a selection of Bitget's yield products. In our opinion, rTokens are the most exciting product, but that's not to say Stock Plus isn't awesome in its own right. That said, if you are thinking of trading rTokens, there are a few things you need to know first. As mentioned earlier, rTokens don't give you ownership of the underlying shares, and you won't get any voting rights. Some rTokens have different conditions, like trading hours, liquidity, spreads, fees, and order execution, and not every rToken is tradable 24/7. And you should know that dividends for rTokens can be subject to deductions, so check the dividend rules for each product. It's also worth keeping in mind that some crypto-native strategies will bring additional risk. While rTokens can be used as margin or collateral, these things can be affected if the price of that rToken fluctuates. You could even be liquidated if the price moves against you too much. So treat rTokens like any other crypto and proceed with caution. The last thing you want to do is look for a way to make extra profit only to be wiped out entirely. Nevertheless, there's no denying that Bitget's Stock 2.0 model is a cool offering, giving investors a whole heap of opportunities that go far beyond simply trading stocks on a blockchain. With just one account, you can leverage Bitget's tokenized stock offerings in products and strategies that simply aren't possible with a traditional brokerage account. And what's more, the tokenized stock market is projected to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry by 2030 if just 1% of global stocks get tokenized. And when you remember that Gracie Chen believes it'll be closer to 10%, that goal doesn't feel optimistic, it feels inevitable. Bitget is already the leading exchange for on-chain TradFi products, and Stock 2.0 will only strengthen that lead. And if everything we've covered today has you wanting your own Bitget account, then we have good news for you. Right now, you can sign up to Bitget with our exclusive link by using the QR code on screen or the link in the description. In return, you can unlock a whole heap of goodies. Not only can you get up to $50,000 in bonuses, but if you complete your first net deposit of $5,000 and place your first trade, you'll instantly unlock a VIP 3 trial. That Tier 3 VIP status gives you fee discounts of up to 38%, exclusive VIP perks, and free token airdrops. Yes, you heard that right, free crypto. It doesn't get much better than that. So, what are you waiting for? Just click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen now, which will take you to our exclusive deal page. Hit the Sign Up Now button, create an account, and take advantage of our referral code while you still can. Okay, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. This is Guy, signing off.